In this video, we're going to see how to create a drop-down list in Microsoft Excel. You have a table and then you want to create a drop-down list where you just want to select the only required data to be filled up. Here we're going to create the show ID as a drop down using the function called data validation in Microsoft Excel. And then once we select the show ID, it's going to fill in the title for us. So we're going to use a function called VLOOKUP. So to do that, we're going to put in the drop down list here in column J. So I'm just going to I'm going to click on this destination cell, which is J4, where I want the drop down list to be. So I'll go to data and then I'll click on data validation, and then I have this data validation here, and what it says is it picks from a list of rules to limit the type of data that can be entered in a cell. For instance, for example, you can provide a list of values like 1, 2, 3, or only allow numbers greater than 1000 as valid entries. We'll see how that works here. We just click on data validation, and then what do you want to do? The validation criteria. What are you looking at? I want a list. Okay, I have several options here, but I want a list because I want to create a drop down list, remember, so that I can select appropriate data I want. So I'll say list. Now it's asking me for source. Where is the source? I can put in the data one after the other, but because I have a source already in column A, I'll just click on this up looking arrow, and then I'll highlight the source here, and then Excel will create this something called range. So it's doing a range from A4 to A32. So I'll click on enter, and then I'll say okay. So right here, if I click on the drop down arrow button, I will see the list from S1 to S29, and I can select accordingly. Before I do that, I'm just gonna copy or drag this down so that when we click on any of the cells here, we'll have the drop down arrow. So if I come here and I say drop down, it shows me from S1 to S21, and I can select accordingly. But before we do that, let me just do a formula here real quick. So I'll do VLOOKUP. You should look here, whatever is here, you should do look from here. So I just want to return the table, the title, right? So I'll just do from show ID to title, and then I'll do where is the index for title, 1, 2, 3. So the column is column 3, column index 3, and then I'll just do 0 and I'll close. So it returns an error. Okay, returns an error because it sees nothing here. But what happens if I select S1? What happens? It shows me the title for S1. So if I drag down this formula down up to here, I can as well select S4 here, and then it shows me the movie title for S4, the TV show for S4. And then if I select S6 here, for instance, it shows me for S6, the title for S6, and then it shows I can as well go on S8, and it shows me the title for S8. So here I have the option to do a drop down, select whatever show ID I want to see. I can as well select randomly to see the title of either the TV show or the movie. So this is how to use the create drop down list in Microsoft Excel using the data validation in the data tab of Microsoft Excel.